here for game number 1. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. They're going to win the coin flip. They opted for map pick priority for game number 1. Tidecaller's banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Infernal Shrines. Tass, though, banned out Braxis Holdout and Towers of Doom. The first map is going to be Cursed Hollow, chosen by the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. And for anyone that is unsure of how we got here or why we got here, we are here in Division C West between Tidecallers and Tass, though. Sorry, Tidecaller Mrgles. My brain wanted to say something else. It was like Tidecaller Toxophins, because I was playing too much Battlegrounds. But on top of that, we actually now have a little bit of a draft that you can all take a peek at. So let's go ahead and show that right there, as we can see the draft summary between these two teams. This does work from the inside out. So on the left-hand side, we had, on the right-hand side, we had the members of Tass with first picks. They're going to first pick the Diablo into a Kel'Thuzad, Ariel, Artanis, and then a Lunara, and then they banned out a Blaze, Deathwing, and Anduin. On the left-hand side, they're going to go ahead and pick up a Li Ming, Yrel, Sylvanas, ETC, and Stukov, and they will be banning out the Gul'dan, Ana, and the Joanna. DJ Zik, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Oh, Ektar beat me to it. Sorry, I saw a message. They were just like, "There's a game tonight," and yeah, so Division C moderator was confused as to what my pings were about. But anyways, I'm sure you're all here. Chess Looter, how did we get here, Baha? Well, that's how we got there. She's a big 3-year-old golden doodle. Reached over the counter for a slice for the sliced sausages. Why not just give the dog sliced sausages and they wouldn't be breaking plates now? I understand where your dog's coming from. Guess what team you're cheering for? Probably Tass, though. Let's find out what happens here in game number 1, because I know you're all itching to find out. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. We're going to be having Key on the Stukov, Siege will be on the ETC, Umbob is going to be on the Sylvanas, Rise Robin will be on that Yrel, and John Bunyan to be on the Li Ming. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Tass, though. We're going to be seeing Crypt Digger. Excuse me. On the Artanis, Timo Santiago will be on the Ariel, Kurt Dog will be on the Lunara, Rigor Mortis will be on that, oh my god, on the, I was going to say Imperious, but no, it's going to be on the Kel'Thuzad, but we have Trevorrow on the Diablo. Can we talk about the mount synergies right now? Well, actually Lunara, green skin, but look at the green skins and mounts coming out from all the members of Tass, though. You gotta have mount synergies and skin synergies, like look at those. Anyways, let's get into our level 1s, take a peek at what those look like. Oops, wrong buttons. All right. I reorganized my stream deck today for this new setup, and I was just like, I'm already pushing all the wrong buttons in the wrong spot. But they do put a little bit of damage into that front gate and bottom lane, and now we just get into our initial matchup, as Lunara is going to be matching into Yrel in top lane. Looks like ETC is going to be having a bit of a spin in mid lane, as I'm watching their little, I'm just watching the little cursor, the little directional cursor just move around as they're kind of spinning around right there. Nice Tainment Strike followed up by Diablo's Shadow Charge. Lurking Arm from Key just to force back the enemy team as John Bunyan. There was a little bit of damage just to force back the enemy team right there. You read the name wrong? It's a very green team, you approve? Sick butt champ. Christian, thank you for the follow. Jubo, thank you for the follow as well. Or Jubbo, thank you for the follow as well. Sorry if I murdered your names. All right, we currently have the camp in the top, or excuse me, the Bruiser camp on the left-hand side of our map going to be grabbed here. We were on Cursed Hollow just a minute ago, so we've seen quite a few of the mechanics that have already popped up. But the big thing to note is going to be this first objective in the bottom lane portion. It's going to be popping up at the 2-minute and 30-second, and then it'll be cappable at the 3-minute mark. Right now, Kurt Dog into Rise Robin is trying to poke them down, and they seem to be kind of matching into each other fairly effectively, as we do have this camp in the mid lane going to be pressured out by the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. Great camp timing coming out from them just to try and get this in through mid lane. They can get the Siege Giants afterwards. That means it'll be in the furthest lane from the objective, and it means it might get it. Well, It means it might. No, it might actually just get a little bit more value since it's in the opposing lane, or they have to leave the Lunara they have to leave her up there during the objective phase, which is something that you want to avoid doing. Neither of these team really having a global to deal with that. Well, it's going to be a bit of a rough go as Trevaro's taking quite a bit of damage as they step up in that. It's going to be lurking arm from Stukov to slow them down. Power slide from the ETC is going to be able to get the zone onto them. They actually were holding the face mount until Diablo started to step up. No souls to reset as they only have 27 on said Diablo, but now they are going to be able to see them sieging on through this mid lane and open this up further. Kael'Thuzad finding a couple stacks into these members who are stacked up in this mid lane. Once again, objective is about to be announced here. As I was like, all right, cool, we can talk about it as it announces, but it's going to be down here. Yrel's still in top lane. No one grabbing the siege camp on the left-hand side, which is something I was expecting them to do, so that way they could have that pressure into top lane during this. But since the objective's up, they're going to rotate over and they're going to prioritize that. 4 talent tier here on both these sides, but the early kill on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles has yielded them about a half a level lead over the opposing team. Kael'Thuzad having to hearth back to get full on mana, it appears, as Crypt Digger's very low, tries to get the swap on the John Bunyan, doesn't land it, but Kurt Dog is actually in a bit of a rough go as they have Hemo Santiago with a great detainment strike to force back siege. Trevaro gonna get the Shadow Charge running to the ETC, but he is just getting the objective channeled uncontested almost. There was a Fire Stomp from the Diablo to slow things down, but no. If you're not dizzy in lane, you're doing it wrong. Exactly, Siege. Exactly. All right. Siege camp for top lane. Bottom lane was just poked down a little bit, and next objective will be in bottom right. So third one should be in top left. If they can get all 3 of these, that's going to be a really good start for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles, but they got a long ways to go here, as this will be objective just being announced down the bottom lane. Currently going to be having John Bunyan just clearing this out, making sure they're picking up the experience. Ariel, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate that, my friend. Glad you're enjoying the stream. 7 talent here picked up on both sides. Divine Steed was picked up by Yrel, so they do get that the insta mount as well as the increased mount speed for 3 seconds, and it does decay over 3 seconds. So it slowly goes down. It's not like it's not like a hard like you're at 130 or like you're at 190, right? Yeah, 190. No, 160. I thought it stacked over it. No. It's 160, but it's 160 slowing over 3 seconds down to 130. It just allows you to maybe get away from some hairy situations, but see, Diablo Shadow charges in, Crypt Digger trying to go for the channel, no one interrupting this just yet. That will be the interrupt. Kael'Thuzad going down, no phylactery stacks to buy them back in just yet, as they only have 3 right there. That's going to be Crypt Digger getting a swap onto Umbob, who does manage to back off, but they're very low. They need to spread that pustule from Key around a little bit more. Trevaro trying to get out of here, but the slows are a little bit too much, and they find the reset onto John Bunyan, trying to get the channel onto Crypt Digger, but the face melt from Siege is going to be just right, and they will be able to slow this down and poke back the enemy team. Nice use of the Righteous Hammer from Rise Robin. Swap comes out onto Key, but now Crypt Digger's on the far side of this fight. They need to try and get away here, and they managed to do so through their own lane. Rise Robin was stepping up, but now it's just the constant poke is so much that Kael'Thuzad is back, and so is Diablo. Oh, power slide from the ETC, though. They're trying to punish the Kael'Thuzad, and they managed to do so. Another kill in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles, but they also managed to pick themselves up another curse point. Siege, though, is gonna try and get away. They will get picked off. They do find a kill on the opposing side. Moving on back into mid lane. Rise Robin gonna be clearing this out. We can cycle through some of the other numbers as we will see our 10 talent tiers pop up. Just as during our when we're looking at all these numbers, our 10 talent tiers will pop up, so we can at least see those on the top bar. Not too big of a deal, but with the few kills that they have found on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles, they're going to be up, closing that 10 talent tier by a level. So Sylvanas going to grab the camp over here on the left-hand side. And curse potential coming through in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. Oof. Good stuff here. It's guys like you who make HOTS live. Thank you so much, Ariel. I'm glad you're seriously, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Kel just died? Yeah. That was rough. It's rough to get picked and then to get picked off again as you're just re-entering the fight, especially like Kael'Thuzad, who's trying to finish out his phylactery stacks. Not phylactery stacks, Master of the Cold Dark. I clicked on them in the bottom left, it popped up with phylactery. I was like, yeah, phylactery. No, they're trying to finish the Master of the Cold Dark. I was curious to see what they're at, but right now that will be curse over in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. They should be able to get 10 talent here on the opposing side, but look at this collapse through top lane. There's no tower shots that they have to worry about. Nice wave of force coming out from the from the Lunara. Oh my god, onto Lunara. Massive shove into the tower right there. Sorry. we had the play right there was so well, but it's the wave of force from John Bunyan on the Li Ming was actually pushing them back towards the friendly team, and they still capitalized on that kill, and then just turning around. That massive shove from Key right into the gate worked out perfectly to go ahead and solidify a kill as well. But now, top lane Fort going to be going down. Yrel is pushing up bottom lane, going to be leaving that and trying to maybe rejoin the friendly team. What are they seeing currently? I think they might have seen a couple members rotating towards bottom through this mid area. But they might, yeah. I think, yeah. I wasn't sure. Like, I hit the vision controller, and I was like, I'm not sure if they saw that or not. Either way, I think there was a massive shove that was attempted right there. 17 seconds on that, yeah, because it's a 20-second cooldown. Either way, mid lane Fort getting low won't go down, but they could look to try and maybe just engage on a little bit later. Meanwhile, through top lane, decent stacked up wave is going to be pushing on in here. Should be, I would expect it to get one of the towers. But hey, that's just caster things now. I think they should have enough damage, or it might just target onto the mini wave. Regardless, they'll go ahead and grab themselves a boss on the left-hand side, and this will be 11 up on for both teams. No suppression pulse from the Artanis going to be going into Purifier Beam. But they're not really heavily auto attack based, so I guess that's pretty good. I mean, I'm here and there on it. But boss in the top right is they won't be able to get up here in time. Just as they grab it, they're going to be rotating through. Nice detainment strike as well from Ariel just to force them back. Xeno Ender, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. As that's going to be Trevorrow trying to make their way out of here. They have the Shadow Fissure from Kael'thasad coming out. 10 out of the 30 stacks on Master of the Cold Dark for the Kael'thasad, so a bit of a rough start right there when it comes to those stacks. At 15, they'll be getting the Glacial Spike, and at 30, they get the 75% spell power increase. That is a massive power spike for the Kael'thasad, but the big thing is trying to actually get to that point where you're getting those stacks on the enemy team, and if you're either getting picked off or you're not team fighting, well, you're not going to be able to get said stacks. Right now, we're seeing Rise Robin just 1v1 into Kurt Dog, and it seems like it's going alright for Kurt Dog as they actually use the Righteous Hammer, force them back, and then they get the Divine Steed and they get right out of there. Arrow was just rude. Kael'thasad's ult used to be like 700 damage. Kael'thasad, like, a good Kael'thasad, like, not to say, no, I'm not trying to like put rigor mortis down here or anything like that, but like look at Coffee's Kael'thasad. If you've ever seen Coffee, the Heroes of the Storm streamer, if you've ever seen them play Kael'thasad, like, that's a really good example of someone who can get their stacks done and who can really showcase what mechanical skill on a mage player can really do. Like, I love watching Coffee play Kael'thasad. Like, there's a lot of like Tatsuki, for example. Like when she plays Kael'thas, I always enjoy watching that because she's savvy on her Kael'thas because she's played it so much. And then even then, like, there was I think I was watching McIntyre one time playing Li Ming, and that was just disgusting. So it's like when you see those people able to properly roll their face across the keyboard, it's just so entertaining to watch. And right now, Rigor Mortis is just trying to get all of that stacking and everything finished out for the spell power, but also to be able to increase their big damage. I mean, right now they're currently sitting at 441 for the Shadow Fissure as this Leaping Strike's coming out from Lunar. We currently have swap attempted. Umbob is going to not be targeted by that. There's an Apocalypse coming out from Diablo, not connecting onto anyone. This is such a split fight right now as the Righteous Hammer keeps Key alive. They're going to use the Lurking Arm trying to get away. Poison damage coming out from Lunar as they're going to be chasing onto Key in our lower half of the screen, and that will be Key probably dying to the poison damage. Meanwhile, above us, Sylvanas did go down. You saw that there the Stukov did get picked off to the damage over time. Absorption will be used by the Yrel. Yeah, the Shadowfish, excuse me, there's the Glacial Spike from Rigor Mortis. They tried to go for the combo, not able to get Rise Robin, but the swap will be enough, and they find the kill. That's going to be, I believe, 3 for none. It might actually be, the death timers might be low enough where someone else might have gotten picked off. I'm not 100% sure, but Li Ming trying to make the YouTube plays, they're not going to happen, and Kurt Dog still lives with 70 some health. Top lane did have these Siege Giants pushing in, and those are going to be going straight to the keep, taking that down to about, I'd say a solid third of its health. Roll face. You just got to be able to roll your face properly across the keyboard. Speaking of, currently at 16 stacks, we've got Diablo finished out, Ariel at 2 out of the 6 on repeated offense, and we've got 15 out of the 20 on ETC's Proc Rock. Sylvanas is at 30 out of, it's an uncapped quest, so she's got 30 stacks currently on Unfurling Shadows. A little bit on the lower side, but still, I know I'm going to say like not a ton of team fighting, but it's a moderate amount of team fighting in this game. I don't think maybe Sylvanas just really hasn't been in some of these engagements. I don't know. It just seems like all the heroes that really need to stack haven't really been around the team fights or haven't really been able to step forward and get the stacks that they need. Now, things that people need is going to be 16 talent here for Tidecaller Mrgles, and I'm a little surprised to say this, that they find themselves a level down. But this is what late game experience does, and this is a good showcase of it. It's 6-5 in kills, in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles, but the opposing side has roughly 700 more experience in their favor, and that's because of the late game experience. But that right there is a huge, huge win for them. Power slide, excuse me, there was a mosh pit from the ETC, nice attainment strike coming out from the RL. They get a huge, oh, Siege, are you able to get out? There's gonna be the Purifier Beam coming out from the Artanis, not able to get the swap in time. Rise Robin gets the Celestial, gets the Divine Steed, able to get out of there and at least just increase the distance. Siege needs to get out as well as the Righteous Hammer. Nice Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas to push back the enemy team. No one able to get the channel just in time, and so far they've managed to defend this, and they might be able to get this curse point on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles. They managed to do so exactly. There's the Crypt Digger taking a lot of damage. Nice face melt from the ETC to stop the swap from happening. Chains come in from the kill. The Zod not going to be able to get the kill onto Unbound, but Leaping Strike comes out. Not enough damage over time onto them. Shadow Fissure from the kill. The Zod doesn't connect onto anyone, so it's full cooldown. If it does hit someone, it's a 1.5 second cooldown as the chains come out. Still stacking on those 21 stacks, so quite a few stacks were picked up during this engagement, and 16 talent here just now coming in for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. What an insanely good back and forth. Bold move considering Res was available, yeah. I need to find my heroes, but it used to be Lunara. Yeah, I feel like it's like that for like a lot of people. Like I enjoy Azmodan so much, but I love Lunara, I love Hanzo. There's heroes like it's just like, oh man, I want to play that hero. Like Zagara, I haven't played in ages and I'm not good on her anymore, but I love playing Zagara. Chen's so much fun. I don't know, I jump around a lot. I wander and keg from player to player or hero to hero. Rap God, what's up, Skipmo? How you doing, bud? Bottom lane boss is gonna be pushing on in through right there. You say Rap God and let me just not even form a proper sentence, but they have bottom lane boss coming through. They're not going to be going for top lane. They just want to grab this curse point in their favor and zone back the enemy team. And it seems like they're considering, well, do we fight over this or do we give over curse? Now, here's the thing I want to point out. We have the vision for our blue team. They can see 1, 2, 3 on the minimap. 1, 2, 3, 4, excuse me, 5 are on the minimap. That is the biggest signifier to go boss in this situation. You don't want to push top lane keep. You know, like you could maybe rotate over here and be like, yeah, we can get a keep, but you can see where the enemy team is. You know that you're able to burn down boss, so grab that, get yourself a chunk of experience, even up the gap between the two teams, and then maybe push through your top lane with said boss as well and confirm said keep. But right now, oh, we're kind of I wouldn't say tippy toeing, but we're kind of on this. Let's actually jump over the Ritz. It's such a nerve-wracking spot to be in because you don't want to step too far out because the enemy team's been fighting you so effectively. But you want to defend this before it hits your keep so that way you're not going to be losing it. So they're going to be getting the Shadow Fissure onto 1. I believe, yeah, they got the 1.5 second cooldown. Another Shadow Fissure coming out. They get another reset onto that right there. So they're getting a lot of these Shadow Fissures out, and that's going to be zoning back the enemy team. But unfortunately, I don't know if they're going to be able to burn through... No, they're going to be burning through boss just fine. This looks like they're going to have to eat a curse, though, because it's 15 seconds over onto this left-hand side, and they could be able to break off and grab that, curse the enemy team once again, and push up the lanes. But right now, they're going to grab themselves a Bruiser Camp. Power slide, just check the bush. This is bold. What's up, Rogue Traits? How you doing, bud? Huge! Oh my god. This corridor fight's working out so well for the members of Tass, though, as they get the power slide out. They're going to try and force back the enemy team. Shadow Fizzer's coming out over and over again. Mosh pit coming out from the ETC. That's going to be ETC going down right there as Rise Robin is trying to live through all of this. Ardent Defender is not going to be... Actually, wait, what? It's on like 107 second cooldown. Seems like they're going to live through that right there, but that's a wild trade. I honestly couldn't keep up with that. I was just like, how was Rise Robin not dead? But Lunara... Leaping Strike... They just stand still. They're like, you know what? I take this. It's whatever.
Team dominated.
Well, that's all 5 on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles going down. Not something we expected right there, but let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as we haven't looked at them since the early game, and it's been quite the back and forth. 62,000 heroic damage on this Lunara. Hurt Dog putting in work. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. Talking about some wonderful Heroes of the Storm. Awesome people in chat. Who plays a better Kel'Thuzad, Coffee or Grubby? Oh, oof. I'm sorry, Coffee. It might be Grubby. But I think Grubby, like, if you put Grubby up against anybody, I feel like Grubby plays it better.
Gather tribute.
I mean, nowadays. I mean, there's a caveat with that, but like, have you seen them play like Samuro and stuff like that? It is, oh, it's just like, it's like art. It's like a waltz. Currently going to be having consistent catapult pressure coming in through the top lane. They're going to add some siege giants to that to speed things up a little bit. Going to grab themselves a bruiser camp for this mid lane. Actually, not so much, as they're going to be getting scouted out by the Lunara Wisp. They see that already, so they're like, it's whatever. They know they're coming in. They know they're positioning. Lunara is actually going to get a little bit of poke onto them. I don't know if she went into Nature's Perspective at level 1 or into Sentinel, but we'll see that in just a second. Seems like they're going to back off and they're not going to fight this because they don't have 20 talent tier, and they're just like, it's not worth our time, so we'll just back off. We're going to eat the curse. She did go natural. Excuse me. Natural Perspective at level 1. And that intensifying toxin at level 20, but that's going to be Apocalypse from the Diablo. Shadowfisher coming out as well. Rise Robin jumps back on the point. Javaro dives in here as well. Going to be pushing them around a little bit. That's going to be the Shadowfisher from the Kel'Thuzad. Beam comes out from Artanis. Not going to be able to find the kill, as they did go for the upgrade onto the beam. So I believe it's the I can't remember what is up. It's target purified. So it actually, if you get a kill with it, it gives the recast. Or if said player it's chasing dies, then you get the recast of it. So that's actually, I've seen 1 or 2 games where you actually get like 3 to 4 recasts where it almost gets the entire team, and those games are just like, I can't believe this is actually happening. But look at your top right screen, or excuse me, top right of the minimap. You're actually going to be seeing siege giants coming in right now. Those are not affected by the curse. The longer they actually delay the enemy team out means that they will be having siege giants on that core pushing on in, and that also will clear out the minion wave a little bit faster as well, allowing the catapult to push on in. These are catapults with no health, with, well, 1 health, and they're hitting him for 300-ish, but look at this right now. They're all trying to disperse on the side of Tass, though, as their core is starting to fall pretty rapidly. Oh, actually, when the curse goes over, apparently the units get their health back. Today I learned. Okay. I did not think, okay, they're trying to back, but they're all just trying to keep them from backing. Oh no, he didn't get the face melt in time. Ooh, Lunara and friends should be able to clear this out, but that's so much core. 57%. Oh, Mosh Pit goes on to 2. They don't have any solidifying damage afterwards, but Rise Robin's going to try and push them around. They get the face melt. Phylactery stacks are not finished by the Kel'Thuzad. Look at this, though. Another top lane wave coming in. Now, it's only 1 catapult, and we're only like 19 minutes in, so it might not be able to push. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this catapult I thought was going to help out. Sorry. I'm jumping all around. I keep saying, oh, wait, because I'm just looking around the minimap. I'm like, well, who might be able to take this? Because this is, honest to God's, anyone's game. Okay, sorry. I'm making sure that these pings are not for me or related. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. Bottom lane keep is going to be locked down by the Sylvanas. Boss is coming in here. Massive shove. Actually, that actually solidifies the stuff from onto 2. Key is going to be targeted with the Purifier Beam. That means that they can't go into the lurking arm because they're just going to have to sit still. But now that that's over, there's no recast onto it, so they don't have to worry about it. Keep is going to be going down. That's a lot of damage onto this Diablo, who ends up getting picked off. They pop the Apocalypse. Actually, no, they went into the upgrade at level 20. Only 59 stacks onto them, so they will not be getting the respawn, but they end up going down. Boss currently slapping the core. 2 members on the opposing side getting picked off. Power side from the ETC looking for Hemo Santiago. Silences out from Key as well. This is a lot of damage onto Crypt Digger, who's trying to make their way out, but they end up getting picked off by Leeming. That's a reset from them. That's going to be the core falling before the resurrection even happens, and that will be game number 1 over to the side of Tidecaller Mrgles. GG. Well played. Certain healers can heal minions during curse phase. Yeah, exactly. But there was no one there. Like, that's why I was confused. I had never seen that before, because there was no healer there. Is Grubby better than Fan? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'd love to see that 1v1 though. It might come down to hero pool. Like, Grubby might beat Fan on Samuro, but Fan might beat Grubby on Zeratul or something, you know? Something that's like more single mechanically based. They're all talented players though. They're all insanely talented players. Let me show stats once more. we'll go ahead and get into game number 2 here in just a second. Nunky, thank you for the follow, or excuse me, Nurky. I read that wrong. Nurky, thank you for the follow during that game. Minimap awareness for the loss. Youch. What's up, Bobo? Have a good night. Gotta run. Thanks for coming by, Siege. Good commentary. Thank you. Well, we're not done We're not done just yet. We got tons of Here's the Storm action, my friends, so do not go anywhere. We are going to be getting into more games here in just a second. Let's go ahead and bring it back to Bandit Night, and let's get ourselves into game number 2. Boop, boop. Come on. Update the team scores. Right. All right. Let's see. How's everyone's night? How's everyone's Tuesday? Oh god, it's only Tuesday. I'm not gonna lie. It's only Tuesday. Tornus, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's get... I need to do one other thing, and then we can get into our next game. So let's do... So... I think it's this. We have... that. I think that's what it is. Okay. I need to update my little map editor, and then we'll go ahead and get on into game number 2. Alrighty. So, first things first, as we all want to know, how did we get here? We're going to be going to Volskaya Foundry for our game number 2. And the first thing we got to cover here is how we got to Volskaya. The home team this evening is going to be Tidecaller Mrgles. They're going to be winning the coin flip, opting for first pick priority, or map pick priority. Nick, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Pick priority for game number 1. Tomb of the Spider Queen and Infernal Shrines was banned out by them. Braxis Holdout and Towers of Doom were banned out by Tass, though. Cursed Hollow was the first map chosen by Tidecaller Mrgles and won by them. The opposing side opted for map pick priority for game number 2, and they have chosen to take us to Volskaya Foundry, giving first pick priority over to the opposing team. Now, the best thing ever. Raid night, best night. Oh, nice. You have raid night? Wonderful. I think it has Humpty Day Eve. You know what, Pindlebot? That's a good way to look at it. It's only Tuesday. I agree, Day. I agree. All right. I'm kind of happy about this, but I want to put a little bit more work into it. But I made this today, and it's really, really cool for our NGS replays. We've got this little draft summary. It's not organized, because what I'm doing is I'm currently pulling from a website, and so I have the website set to a certain height, but I wish that it was actually taller where it was coming out from it. I know it doesn't make sense. I just wish it was taller on the screen and more centered. Regardless, we'll work on it as the weeks progress. I just kind of threw it together today. So, map is going to be Volskaya Foundry, and we're going to be drafting from the inside outward. So first pick going to be going over the side of Tidecaller Mrgles. They're going to be picking up a Jaina, Ariel, Raynor, ETC, and Deathwing. They'll be banning out a Lunara, Leoric, and Joanna. And the opposing side, they're going to be picking up a Muradin, Tassadar, Thrall, Zul'jin, and Rhaegar, and banning out the Blaze, Li Ming, and Sylvanas. Very good bands so far. Just finished MC. Why do I not know what MC is? Minecraft? Or is this a WoW thing? Is MC a WoW thing? Because I don't know, and I'm bad at Blizzard games. Okay. Let's go ahead, get on in to game number 2. We find ourselves here on Volskaya Foundry. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Tidecaller Mrgles trying to close us out in a 2-0 fashion. Excuse me. Siege is going to be on the ETC. John Bunyan will be on the Jaina. Bob will be on the Raynor. We've got Key on the Ariel and Rise Rabbit on the Deathwing. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Tass, though, trying to take us to a game number 3. We got Kurt Dog on the Tassadar. We've got Crypt Digger going to be on the Thrall. Looks like we had a pause. Trevorrow's going to be on the Muradin. We have Rigor Mortis on the Zul'jin, and Hemo Santiago to round out their draft on that Rhaegar. Let's get into mid lane and check out our level 1s, as we have a very, very McDonald's. You could have just finished your Molten Core. What's up, Secret? Also, I don't know if you caught it. I swear you were the one who told me to watch the Terraria run from AGDQ. And I was like, yeah, I'm so excited to watch that run. And you were just like, no, just, I think you were the one telling me to watch it. It was so good. I thank you for the recommendation. Like, I actually had an absolute blast with that. All of the issues, all of the, if anyone likes Terraria, go watch the speedrun at AGDQ. It was so good, and the speedrunner is amazing as well. So that all aside, let's actually get into our game number 2 here on Volskaya Foundry between the members of Tidecaller, Mrgles, and Tass, though, as we have our beginning rotations between top and mid. This is pretty standard for Volskaya Foundry, as you want to be able to get as much experience from the top to mid rotations, brawling out a little bit here and there. Also, heroes like Rigor Mortis, trying to stack out on their baseline quest as much as possible. They also want to try and find kills here and there so that they can try and finish out the headhunter at level 1. Now, we talked about this here and there, and this is actually something I can highlight right now. Hold on, actually, Travaro taking so much damage needs to back off, but isn't able to, and they end up going down. So Zul'jin starts with a 5.5 range. That can be increased to 6.6 with the You Want X halfway reward. So it's 75 stacks, or 15 as you'll see on the little cursor here, because this is actually a third of the actual stacks that it shows. No, not a third. I can't math. Anyways, 15 stacks gets you the 75 rewards. So you go to 6.6 range increase. Then you pick the ARAM talent, which most people, well, not a lot of people take Headhunter because of just how difficult it is to finish out. But if you're going to be brawling a ton, you might be able to finish it out, and that will get you another 1.1 range increase when that's finished out. Plus, you get 2% per hero kill, increasing your permanent damage. So even if you only get 3 kills and you never finish it out, you still get 6% increase on that damage. But the big thing is that 1.1 range increase, so you go to 7.7 range on a Zul'jin, and I believe that's the largest range in the game when it comes to an auto attack based hero. I don't think there's anyone else who has a longer range. Maybe Hanzo with Stormbow, but those are not his autos. So the big thing I'm getting at is his baseline auto attack becomes 7.7. It's not really baseline anymore, but you all get what I'm getting at here. Meanwhile, Tass are being harassed in bottom lane. Kurtdog is trying to finish out the Will of Templar on this onto this Deathwing, and it was working out actually pretty good for them. What are they at? 632 out of 60? Yeah, they're more than halfway, and they're just gonna try and stand there and just tickle Deathwing a little bit, but they're slowly actually whittling down Deathwing as well. Cryptdigger might be able to poke at them. They're gonna lose another armor plate. Did they go into, no, they didn't go into Draconic Might at level 1, so they don't have their protection. Cryptdigger might be able to get this. They're gonna lunge forward, but Tassadar gets the last little bit of a poke with the tickle, and they end up getting the kill onto Deathwing. Unfortunately, no Zul'jin to be around for that one, so they don't get this stack onto that, but still, we'll see what happens here over control point A. We do have these popping up at the 3-minute mark, and then once the Triglav Protector does fall, 3 minutes later in the game, you have the fully cappable point, or 2 minutes and 30 seconds later, you get the announcement. So little things you can take in your own game to learn right there. What does Div C roughly correspond to? Zorse, I wish I could give you that offhand, but I do not have it. If you actually go, I know this is a lot of work for me to tell a viewer to do, but anyways, if you type in !NGS or go to their website, you can then go, and there's like a drop down where it says divisions, and if you actually go to like Division C West, when you make it there, it actually should give you the MMR range for Division C West. And you can do that with any division. Like, it'll say Division A, it'll give you the MMR range, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to know the specific MMR range, that's the best way to do it. Off the top of my head, I think it's like high to mid plat. Low diamond, I think is Division C. I might be wrong on that. I think it's all just like, I think it's actually all plat. I think it's Division C. Someone there has to be an NGS mod somewhere in Twitch chat. Somewhere in Twitch chat, there has to be someone who's an NGS who actually knows this a lot better than I do. Regardless, we currently have that's the half-explained spiel. But right now, Deathwing's gonna be diving on in with the Cataclysm, trying to get to the backline. This is going to be ETC stuck on that point right there. There's a lot of damage coming out from the Jaina, and it looks like they've zoned back the enemy team fairly effectively. Gonna have to drop the Biotic Emitter on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles. I just want to see. I was like, there's no way the Biotic Emitter is healing Deathwing, but I just wanted to check. I was curious. On the note of Zul'jin stacks, they're currently at 10 out of the 30, so they need 5 more of those to be able to get the 1.1 range increase, and then at the 150 or the 30 stacks, they get the double revolve on the cleave, which pairs well into the Arcanite axes at level 7. This is very much the Dear Lord, look at Zul'jin just dumping damage into Rise Robin. I know that we already saw that Tassadar got picked off, but that will be first Triglop Protector in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. Worst streamer, you should do all the work for me simultaneously as streaming. JK, you're doing great. Thanks to the pointer. Yeah. Thank you, Zors. Yep. Division C is, yeah, there you go. Kalios got it. So it's about a 400 MMR. No, it's 100 MMR range. Dear Lord, very, very close. Castius, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Sorry if I missed anyone in chat. Sorry if I missed anything. Hammer's range is 11. Thank you, Majesty. That's actually a good point. That's a good point. I did not think of Sergeant Hammer because she never gets drafted. No, she actually pops up here and there quite often. But Triglop Protector is going to be going down here at the 5-minute 50-some range. So we should be seeing our next Triglop Protector right around the 9-minute mark. But this is what I wanted to talk about really quickly is the lane sustain being removed by the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. This makes top lane so much more difficult to engage upon because of the fact of this. During Control Point B, you're going to be having sustained fights over this, and you're going to want to back off and try and, have some sustain. So you'll see the members of Tidecaller Mrgles breaking off and grabbing their well and then rotating back in. The members of Tass, though, if they want to re-engage or if they want to get some healing or anything like that, they're going to need to back off to either the keep front gate or to their mid lane. Yeah, they're mid lane. I had to double check right there, even though the corner of the viewer box was blocking the well on the minimap, but still. We got 10s up on both sides, and that's just the little thing I wanted to talk about because taking out that well is a huge factor, but Tassadar going to be going into Force Wall, Guillotine from the Zul'jin, but also to note, we've got Bloodlust from the Rhaegar. Let's see what happens here. Is Cataclysm coming in from the Deathwing. They did go into Burn Beneath My Shadow at level 20, or at level 10, so they do have that reset onto their heroic whenever they have a structure go down, and I believe it's only enemy structures. I have to double check on the text for that. I don't think it has to, I don't think you can get the reset from your own structures going down. I think it just has to do with enemy structure specifically. Either way, though, looking through the 10 talent tiers, really nothing too out of the ordinary. Water Elemental for the Jaina, but that is going to be more sustained damage during a lot of these fights. I don't think they had like a big Ring of Frost set up outside it. Well, they do have Mosh Pit. They could Mosh Pit Ring of Frost, but right now, Bob taking so much damage does go down. That's going to be a nice stack for Rigor Mortis, who does end up popping their, you can see them popping the Mani range. Gonna be able to just get that rage, take a little bit of health away. Just slowly getting this now. Either way, so far good back and forths. We got about a minute, excuse me, we got about 2 minutes or so before we're gonna be seeing our objective pop up here. So it's just gonna be grabbing some camps, putting some pressure into the lanes, and looking to just keep the experience gap in your favor, but it's a very small one right now on the side of Tass, though. John Bunyan gonna get blocked by that Force Wall. No one else able to capitalize on a kill on the friendly side, so they end up getting out of there. Also to note, we do have the Haymaker from Muradin. Bit of a repositioning tool right there. Rise Robin's gonna be able to get the flight out of there. Gonna have a couple Skyfall Meteors coming down and poking them out as well. Clap from Ariel, another Mosh Pit from the ETC catches the toe of Muradin. Cleanse comes out as well. Hyperion going to be out on top of that. Zul'jin kicks away the Guillotine, but they're at full health, so it doesn't deal a ton of damage. Cataclysm coming in from the Deathwing as the Bloodlust is going to be popped. Kurtdog is going to be utilizing the Force Wall to keep themselves safe as John Bunyan throws some Blizzard over the wall. Rise Robin needs to back off a little bit. He's got a full bar of healing for the friendly team, but realistically, that's not going to benefit the Deathwing. It's only going to benefit Umbob as Kurtdog takes a lot of damage. Power Slide from ETC to get them to the friendly side of this. Another Force Wall kind of saving them a little bit right there, but they still step up, and that will be ETC going down. Objective up and available now, as I said, just about 9 minutes into the game. Gonna be getting that right there. Trevaro's gonna jump onto the point, and they've got 13 talent here with that extra kill they got, and now they'll be able to force this in top lane a little bit further. ETC could be resurrected, but there's just so far, actually, yeah, no, they can be resurrected. Guillotine from Zul'jin, unfortunately missing. You helped, I wasn't expecting that, yay. Did they ever get around to displaying MMR in game? No, they have not. They still have not done that. I'm active in Heroes Lounge, and we use that too. Okay, there you go. Yeah, perfect. As long as you understand it, I'm glad that we were here to help. All right. So let's see here. Cataclysm's off cooldown in 13 seconds, Mosh Pit in 35, Trevaro's still on the point with 80-some% and rising. Everyone's up and available, 13 talent tiers for both sides. So let's actually pull away the talents I know we just kind of got the 13s on the opposing side, or oh, I hit the wrong button. Caster abilities. I just want to pull those away just so we can see the entire team fight. This is going to be the lockdown onto Zul'jin from Zul'jin with the trap, but they're not able to find the kill with the guillotine. Mrgles jumps in, throws the Stormbolt onto John Bunyan. That's going to be the Bloodlust from the Rhaegar as well. The huge... This AoE damage coming in from Rise Robin, who actually cataclysms to the far side of this, but this is a little risky. They end up using the lunge forward. Mrgles jumps over. That's going to be the wall body blocking. They do not live through that as they were expecting, and that Deathwing will be down now. They're going to be trying to find another kill. On the side of Tass, though, currently have Umbob sitting on the point trying to get some charge in their favor. Stormbolt doesn't connect. They get the dismount, but that's just going to be them backing off, and that will be charge over in favor for the members of Tass, though, and second Trigla Protector in their favor as well. Not exactly, but they made rank map directly to MMR, supposedly. Yeah, I don't know. When I see a solid number there, then I'll be like, cool, they did it. Until then, it's just... I don't know. Like, nothing against it. Like, if they're not showing it, then I'm sure they have a reason. I'd love to know why. But if it's something they're still working on, I think from my understanding, now that I'm talking about it, they might have actually come out and said, like, we want more time to work on it. So we're gonna be, I think that's why they delayed it till the next season, which is literally gonna coincide with the end of the current event as well as the end of this current season, which, if I'm not mistaken, is like March, April area. It does say if you were to open up the game, it would tell you. But right now they've just been rotating the Strigla Protector, getting some mild siege in with this, but they're also going to be looking to open up bottom lane a little bit further, so that way they can potentially force this engagement in their favor. Same kind of note as what I was discussing before. You want to take out the well in bottom lane for the same reason you want to take it out in top lane. Lane sustain over the control point. Deathwing with the Cataclysm. Actually doesn't get the damage on the Trigla Protector they were expecting. And now they don't have a Cataclysm or anything like that. That's going to be Force Wall. Yeah, they end up just backing off right there. Also, I think if they were able to find a kill and get some momentum on the side of Tidecaller and Mrgles, then they should have been stepping further forward with that. But the enemy team got 16 talent, so they realize that they have to back off. But Umbob is in a bit of a rough spot. ETC power slides through. This is just going to be the camp in their favor. They actually ended up going into the not Echo Pedal, because I always forget it. It's Encore, I believe, is the name of the talent. Hold on. I'm trying to find ETC. I'm potatoing right now as a caster. There we go. It's Encore. Little amp. I say supposedly because the way you gain and lose rank points doesn't resemble what I would expect from a proper MMR calculation. Yeah, I don't. There's actually like an MMR thing that like I think it was like League of Legends actually posted. Like they actually posted how they do their MMR, and like no. It was some maybe it was League of Legends. Some company or someone who has an MMR like system like came out and there's like an actual MMR or like ELO formula that you can use to generate proper ELO, but from what I've heard from that one isn't even supposedly correct either, so I don't know. I don't think you can ever make a basis for any game happy with however you do the MMR, obviously, but you can just do your best, and we'll see. We'll see. I don't know, like end of the season might change things again. We do have 16 talent tier on both sides right now. We'll look through those talents in just a second, then we'll cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as we currently have... Oh, I didn't look at when the last Trigla Protector went down, but we were probably looking somewhere in the 15-ish mark in the game. We should be seeing our next Trigla Protector pop up. Maybe more like probably closer to 16 realistically. Either way, Siege is going to be getting the face melt out of there just to force them back. The Encore is actually getting a lot more value than I was expecting. Looking through some of the level 1 questing talents as well as the baseline. Currently have Jaina like 600 damage away, less than that, to be able to finish out the ice block. 4 more stacks for the Zul'jin. So I believe they need to auto... I'm not going to try and caster math that. Never mind. Actually, you know what? Let's try it. I think they need to hit 20 more. Right? They need 4 more stacks, and it's 5... It's 5 autos gets you 1 stack of this. Yes, because I think I can caster math. I think. We're probably wrong. Anyways, 3 out of the 5 for the mental acuity for the Tassadar, 30 on the uncapped quest for Zul'jin. They also need 2 more kills to be able to finish out the Headhunter at level 1, but they do have at least the 1.1 range increase from the from finishing this halfway rewards. That's why you're seeing the 6.6 right there. I literally like, I'm like, yeah, you can see 6.6 as I pull it away, but there you go. You can see the range increase coming into them as that's a guillotine coming out. I think it actually connected right there. Rise Robin trying to make their way out of here, but unfortunately the Cataclysm will be a little too late and they end up going down. Now they turn their sights back onto this fort. And they also got a Triglav Protector up and available as well. So I was about a minute off on that one. I was like 15. No, that sounds too early. Maybe 16. Yeah, 16 definitely, but no. Now either way, they're gonna have Thrall split off. They're gonna be able to go ahead and step onto that point for now, get some channel in their favor. MMR will always be best effort. Just important to give consistent results. That's true. That's true, Rob Dog. Microsoft published a white paper about how they calculate it for Halo, I believe. Really? I'd be interested to read that. But charge up in favor. I'm surprised they're actually not stepping up onto this right now. There we go. Trying to find some of that questing talent. We're gonna clear out their waves. Realistically, I think they got to make a play happen here before 20 talent tier hits. Otherwise, they're going to be on the back foot consistently. Phase dimensional shift from Tassadar. There's a power slide from ETC. Rhaegar actually still clearing out top lane, trying to get to that 20 talent tier. But now that I think they saw that Rhaegar was up there, so they're like, oh yeah, let's just try and rotate in and see if we can get an invade onto this. Sasmazoind, thank you for the follow. Sorry for murdering your name. I really apologize. I'm sorry about that. I glanced over at it. I'm just like, we gotta keep looking at the game itself. But they're just waiting for 20. They're like, cool, we've got 98%. Like we can just break off, grab this camp that'll get us 20. They've actually already even got 20. They've also only need one more stack for the Zul Jin. So less than 5 autos into an enemy, and they'll be able to get the double revolve on those cleaves. So they might be able to stack that out a little bit further. I'm just like, oh, Tassadar went into the upgrade onto Force Barrier, and it's like a 2-second cooldown at this point because it's like. It's a 3-second cooldown currently. That's, yeah. ETC is going to have the mosh pit interruption coming from Crypt Digger with the Sundering. Kurt Dog needs to back out. That's going to be Deathwing flying in with the Cataclysm. There was a healing, the biotic emitter was used by the members of Tass, though. We currently have the Water Elemental 1v1ing into a turret, unfortunately, and that's going to be the... Oh my god, so much damage onto Rise Robin, who tries to make their way out of here. Murd and Dwarf tosses forward, Stormbolt to the back, and Deathwing ends up going down. Triglav Protector is here. It actually does have the timer on it still, but they find the kill onto ETC. No resurrection used by Key, and they end up getting the Dwarf toss further. They get the Haymaker, but that actually kind of saves John Bunyan. Do they have any sort of another force wall to block them? And I was going to say that saved them, but that ended up working out wonderfully as they get 5 kills. Ariel could self-resurrect, but I don't think they're looking to do that right now, as Triglav Protector is going to be moving on in through bottom lane. This is a lot of damage coming through with not a whole lot of time for these players to get back up and defend this. That's a lot of guns. What's up, Bronze League? How you doing, Nate? Well, with 12 seconds, I mean, Key could resurrect themselves. But they might have just AFK'd, and they're just going to let them take the game, and that's going to be game number 2, going over to the side of Tidecaller, over to the side of Tass, though. We got a series on our hands as we go up 1-1. GG. Well played. Those damn walls, seriously. Seriously, Bob. How's it going, dude? Or dudette? Get some map stuff updated, and let's get ourselves into our into this last game for this series. And then in 40 minutes, we're going to be having another best of 3 series, but that one's going to be live, and that'll be Dread Pirates versus Minion Miners, and that's going to be for Division A. So if you're like, man, I only love live games, we got one in store, so don't you go anywhere, don't you fret, don't you fear. I just want to update something really quickly. So this is going to be map choice of who is what I'm trying to figure out. I want to say it's this, so we're just going to assume that, and Twitch chat will correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, cool. I muted my mic. I shouldn't do that. Oops. I just put a random stream marker in too. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into our next one. 67% uptime at level 20, by the way. Woo! Youch. Are you all excited for the Division A matchup that's coming up next? We have potentially 4 more games this evening. We've got this one to conclude our second of 3 best of 3s, and then we have another one after this, which will be our live match, Dread Pirates versus Minion Miners, and that'll be another best of 3 series. So we have potentially 4 more games for all of you, so I hope you're all excited as I am. But let's go ahead and let's get set up for our next game and see who's going to be able to take this little series that we got on our hands. All right, I can close that. I don't need that anymore. Oh, this is some drafting. Hello. Okay. This is going to be a good one. He ripped up all of his toys and then passed out. This is my dog. All right. Okay. Let me sip some water real quick. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, cool. I do want to quickly note, and I'm sure you're all probably sick of me saying this, and I'm sure you're sick of just hearing it, but we still got to bring it up because not everyone knows. I'd be more excited if there were a Division E. Those games would be magical. A 10... Yes, they would. I really want to quickly note that we are pushing towards Twitch Partner. I did apply last Friday, and so we just need to keep our numbers up at this point, and I just really want to thank everyone for supporting, for rating, for hanging out, for lurking. Seriously, thank you all so much for helping us get towards this goal. We're really, really close, and just every stream that you're all showing up and just lurking and hanging out and chatting, it really actually does push us closer and closer. I hope that they can see that we are a viable target for Partner, and the big thing on top of that is just keeping up the numbers so we can have better transcoding. We can have more casting opportunities, and that allows me to, well, maybe one day you'll see me on the big stage casting, because honest to God, like, being able to cast more things because partner status allows you to, it opens up doors. It really, really does. And if there's events that are coming up and, you know, I kind of have a little bit of that status, it does push me towards that potential to be a caster. So seriously, thank you all for being here. I thank you all for this. And yes, Queen, I know. Praise the lurkers, yes. Thank you all. All right, I'm done. I know. We'll talk about it again later, but thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get into our game. We have game number 3, but first off, we got to find out how we got here. Bulbasaur, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. The home team this evening is going to be Tidecaller Mrgles. They're going to be winning the coin flip, opting for map pick priority. Tomb of Spider Queen and Infernal Shrines was banned out by them. Braxis Holdout and Towers of Doom was banned out by Tass, though. Cursed Hollow was the first map chosen by Tidecaller Mrgles and won by them. The opposing side opted for map pick priority, choosing to take us to Volskaya Foundry. They won that map. The opposing side, Tidecaller Mrgles, has first pick or map pick priority for this game number 3. They chose map pick priority as they have chosen to take us to Dragon Shire for this game number 3, and I think this is a good place to end a best of 3 series on. You've already you're gonna force the enemy teams, like you got one really strong solo lane matchup that's gonna brawl out for quite some time, and then you got your core 4 that's gonna be rotating around quite a bit. Let's actually see what the draft looks like for these two teams, as we did have that take place already. We did have the Li Ming, Stukov, ETC, Raynor, and Urel picked up by the side of Tidecaller Mrgles, but before they were even able to grab that, Tass that was able to get themselves a Malfurion, Stitches, Junkrat, Kerrigan, and a Nazebo, excuse me. Tass though also banned out the Blaze, Falstead, and Anduin, and the members of Tidecaller Mrgles banned out the Anub'arak, Joanna, and the Lunara. And that's going to be what our map bans look like for that last game. 4,980 bandit bucks to go before the big bandit treat. Getting so close. Much lurk, much love. Thank you so much, Ninja. Thank you so much, everyone. Castius, thank you as well. Jace, thank you. Numbers, exactly, Ektar, numbers. All right, let's go ahead and get on into the game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. We're going to be seeing Rise Robin on the Urel. We have got Siege on the ETC, Umbob on the Raynor. We've got John Bunyan on the Li Ming, and Key on the Stukov. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Tass, though. We're going to be seeing Rigamortis on the Nazebo, Crypt Digger to be on the Junkrat. We've got Hero Santiago on the Malfurion, and Trevorrow on the friendly hooking Stitches. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, Kurt Dog on that Kerrigan. I think I might have missed that one. Either way, let's get into our mid lane and check out what our first engagement looks like. We are going to be seeing the Hungry for More Stitches. Excuse me, Savor the Flavor. Hunger for More, I think, is actually what we currently see most Stitches going for. Savor the Flavor, just going to be increasing their base regeneration. by 1.5 every time. Hook comes in as well into Umbomb. There's a lot of initial damage onto them as they're trying to get out of here. Power slide from ETC won't be able to interrupt much as Hemo Santiago's trying to make their way out of there. That's going to be the Junkrat Concussion Mine forcing back Rise Robin, and they're going to be able to back out right there. No kills on either side, but a whole heck of a lot of damage in this early game. Ooh, Nazeebo did go into Things of the Deep. That's going to be another hook. There's going to be the root from the Malfurion as well. Power slide out, but there's going to be a zombie wall right after that. Nice face melt. 9 health currently on Siege. 9 health. That shows who wins. Did it? How did you see who wins? Oh, no. Wait. Are you saying no? It's talking about the previous game. You're saying where it says map pick winner, first pick loser? This is talking about the previous game.
You think yourself
Hold on.
ready to wield the Dragon Knight's power?
Yeah, this does not say. It says it's map pick winner, first pick loser. It's referring to the previous game. Don't you get that out of here, Ektar. Get that out of there. It does not show. That's actually literally from the website. It does show it on a different part of that page, but what it's actually showing you all is going to be who won the previous game to get the map orders. Anyways, oh boy,
Capture the shrine.
Rob Dog.
Dragon Knight's power.
I don't know why I read your name completely wrong and I was like, that's not right, don't say that. Either way, I was gonna say Rowboat. That's a different person. All right, we currently have the mid lane engagement going to be popping off right now, which is just all of the minions trying to defend against Umbob, who's trying to channel. That's going to be them easily grabbing the Dragon Knight right there, but Rigor Mortis and friends are not going to be able to step up any further as they throw out a little bit of damage here and there. Pretty sure that's not the case. Hey, Ektar, then just tell me after stream and don't tell anyone in chat currently. So that way they don't believe that. But anyways, we are currently going to be seeing Yrel being forced off. Gonna have a rotation down into bottom lane. And this is just Dragon Knight getting free reign, in a sense. They got a lot of damage into the mid lane right there. And now they're going to be rotating into bottom lane, as that's a lot of damage onto Kerrigan, who is not going to be able to... Oh, wait, hold on. They somehow make it out alive as they try and go for the kick from the Dragon Knight onto them. The Fire Breath over the wall was not enough either, and Kurt Dog will... Ooh, they turn around onto Raynor, and that's going to be easily a pick onto Raynor. First blood over to the side of that Tass, though. Currently, though, looking at our top lane matchup. Easily just gonna have Yrel rotating down here, trying to look for... They're just looking for plays onto each other right now. It's just a lot of back and forth. No one really diving and fighting too specifically. It's just a lot of lane management as Rigor Mortis will be thinking a wonderful zombie wall. Unfortunately, they... God, I keep thinking that they're gonna be able to dive onto one of these players. Thanks for streaming. These NGS skins are so much fun to watch. Mad Kaiser, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the games. Hemo Santiago trying to rotate just safely. Hook comes out from Trevorrow as well. It's like, it's just, they keep like, from the first engagement, they were all into each other, and they were all into like fighting and brawling out constantly, and now the members of Tidecaller Mrgles are just playing it safe. Like, they are engaging, they are stepping up here and there, but they're not playing as aggressive as they were in that first engagement. I wonder if it's just the threat of the Stitches and the Kerrigan combo coming in afterwards, and then there's just those zombie walls from Nazeebo as well. It seems like they're just a little bit afraid. They're playing within their own minion wave. Now they have 16 seconds. The hook is on a 16-second cooldown, so they can constantly just be like, all right, hook's out, 16 seconds, we can play around that, and then when there's like 10 seconds have passed or so, they can just back off and get towards their minion wave once again. Rise Robin trying to play into those bushes over there, not going to be able to just play to the far side of that one. As we have another shrine activating here in just a second. Power slide from ETC. They're going to block with the zombie wall. Siege is looking for a way over this. They actually don't have any sort of crowd surfer, so they're not going to be able to get through terrain. But now it's just going to be playing by their front gate, making sure that there's no picks coming over into them. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, yeah, they have to make these clears extremely quickly. Yo, Kaimo, how's it going, bud? Siege camp going to be worked on. Is there an invade? Hook comes out. Oh, they missed Siege right there. There's a root right after that. The Hemo Santiago with these roots right after are just so on point. It's just regardless of whether or not they get the hook, they're just like, cool, it's right there. I got you. If we get it, cool. If not, well, we'll just continue to rotate around and we'll look for more picks on top of that. A little bit of a check into the bush right there with the magic missiles. Siege gonna use the face melt to force back Kurt Dog out of the bush, and that's a nice use of your abilities. Nazeebo throws out some spiders to say hello to Siege. But it's 8 up on both sides when it comes to our levels. Stitches rotating in from the mid lane. Gets a slam onto Siege. No hook target really in line. Oh, wait, no, they actually get the hook onto Li Ming, but there's a root underneath. A couple members who got comboed from the Kerrigan. That's a wonderful zombie wall face melt to force that away. And Umbob is able to make it over to the left-hand side. Urel holding top. Crypt Digger is actually getting forced back quite hard in top lane right now. Hook comes out from Siege, or onto Siege. No, I was waiting to see, like, do they play this aggressive? How are they? No, they're just going to continue to hold this back and forth. The Stitch is actually rotating into mid lane to make sure they're picking up the experience. Kerrigan goes down as, of course, I move out of the out of that lane. They're going to be getting the pick right there. So it's one up on both sides. A little bit more experience from that later game kill in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. Oh, that would have been such a good concussion mine, but Rise Robin saw it happening, and they were just like, oh, I'll just back out of there. Trying to throw the trap over there. But they actually don't have any steel traps out. Oh, wow! They took Dirty Trickster at level 7. That's why you saw the double cast of Mayhem right there. Meanwhile, in mid lane, actually, Stitch is in a bit of a rough spot. Gonna try and devour their way through all of that. And I don't think you've got enough heals, or you've got no heals right now, as that's gonna be in bottom lane. They do have the channel on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles to be able to grab this Dragonite, but it looks like they'll stop that for now. Hemo Santiago gonna be able. Oh, that's a nice wave of force from John Bunyan, and they find a kill on 2. Malfurion. They'll go ahead and get the channel onto this Dragonite point. Rise Robin and Kurt Dog currently 1v1ing over here. Absorption. They use the Impale just to slow them down. And Rise Robin gonna hold this point with that Righteous Hammer charged up so they can get the force onto them. They actually get the trigger onto the... That's actually a lot of damage Rise Robin took from the Dirty Trickster value. Nazebo goes down somewhere on the map as well, but John Bunyan will not be able to get this channel in time. Just narrowly able to get onto this point here. That kill onto Ari or into Urel is huge for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. That means that top lane is going to be a little bit easier for Junkrat for a few moments as they're able to just push that up. But right now it seems like they're actually going to rotate down towards mid. Going to be trying to help out a couple members over here. I'm looking to see Nazebo's going to be back already. They do have Urel back up as well. Didn't even miss the second best of 3. Nice. And you're gonna actually, there's one more best of 3 after this one too. So we got a whole lot of good games this evening for all of you. Thanks for hanging out. Currently gonna get the slam onto the ground. So that's gonna be the Slappy Ghost coming out from Nazebo or Ravenous Spirit, whichever one you want to call it. But Slappy Ghost, very, very good. Now once again, Crypt Digger and Rise Robin gonna be brawling out in top lane. 26 stacks on the Taste for Explosions for that Junkrat. As there's a huge zombie wall that's gonna be Raynor going down over here on the left hand side. Hook comes out from Trevorrow as well. I was just waiting, but no, they don't try and turn around onto this. I was waiting for maybe a hook or something like that. They're going to open this up further, and if they actually get this entire gate opened up, that will allow them to be able to be very aggressive. I actually haven't cycled through any of the numbers just yet, so let's do that now, as that's a lot of damage on the Kurt Dog, who's trying to make their way out of there. They end up going down. Stitches did go into the not devour, into the gorge, so they could. I was wondering why they didn't gorge someone during that gate fight, but it was way too far out, and realistically I think they would have just grabbed ETC. Hard to choose Stu or Naz as your favorite for this matchup. We do have Dragonite potential. This would be second one of the game. We actually had a very early Dragonite picked up. I believe Raynor was the one who got in that one. So this will be second Dragonite. We're only 8 minutes or so in. Hook goes out into the ETC. Nice face melt to force them back. Slam on the ground just to kind of assert dominance. And they're just gonna... I'm waiting to see, like, oh, hold on, this is what I was waiting to see. We actually have John Bunyan grabbing the Dragonite, and they're able to zone them back so effectively, actually losing the Kerrigan on the side of Tass, though. Now Dragonite, John Knight's actually a different player on a different team. He's on an S Division team. Trevorrow in a bit of a rough spot. This could be a kick from the Dragonite. That would actually solidify the kill, but they don't even go for that. Reset for Li Ming. She's unfortunately in the Dragonite, so that won't be anything she gets value from. Gonna kick the Nazebo away as they go ahead and push this fort down in bottom lane. Currently going to be, though, having Urel managing mid, and we have Junkrat up in top, still pushing that back, looking for that 13 talent here, as Raynor's going to be... They do have a Raider if they want to throw that out and try and get some extra damage. Oh, I didn't even see within the mini-wave. The Raider's right there, actually, in the wave, because I saw it off cooldown. I was like, well, it's not in the wave. No, it was actually hiding in there. But right now, Dragonite to push in through this bottom lane keep front gate. Kick goes out onto Hemo Santiago. Kurt Dog trying to dive in, get some damage onto them. Passion Mine thrown out from Junkrat. Hook goes out, but I think it connected onto Raider? It hooked onto something and then just didn't go anywhere. I either cheer for the team with the Naz or the Stew. Oh, well, flip a coin. I guess I can cheer for both. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like when Korea would play North America. I had to cheer for both in a sense. Well, most of the time it'd be Korea. I'll be honest. I love just Korean hots, so good. Hook goes on to Siege, but yeah, they've got that face melt. Concussion Mine actually throws them back towards the team, but they've still got an out, so they're not too worried about that right there. We do currently have the Bruiser Camp grab for top lane, as Kerrigan's going to be managing that. Yrel, ooh, hold on. They might have spotted Yrel jumping into the bush. Might have. Not too sure. Either way, they got 16 talent here on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles. Raider MVP? Seriously? Apparently you can't hook the Raider. It makes the noise, it connects, and then goes nowhere. Weird. A little weird. Well, they've got the Concussion Mine on the point. If they want to try and make that fancy play. They force them back. Stitch is looking for the far side engagement. Hook goes out onto Umbob. I'm surprised there was no Gorge to follow that up. They had most of the team with them. There's going to be Key getting locked in with the Ravenous Spirit or the Spooky Ghost. There will be John Bunyan with the interrupt with the Wave of Force. Like I wanted to say Repulsion there. I was like, we're not even in 20 talent here. You can't say that. Rise Robin on the far side. That's going to be the Dirty Trickster value being triggered. Concussion Mine's getting Crypt Digger further away from this fight. Is this gonna be power side from the ATC? Looking at Trevara, they're actually gonna turn around and say, you know what, it's whatever. We're gonna go down right there as Malfurion gets picked off as well. Absorption to be used by Yrel, and now Shrine's activating the next 5 seconds. They're gonna look to push this up further. Concussion Mine actually pushing them towards the mosh pit going off. Siege taking a lot of damage. They jump in. Dirty Trickster value on top of the Mayhem value is going to be going off, and ETC does go down to that one right there. This bottom lane keep probably will fall. They actually went into Ultralist for the Kerrigan, which you just saw getting picked off, and this will be bottom lane keep going down before they can find another kill. But I gotta be honest, that Mayhem value right there. Whew. Junkrat is such a bad person for times not able to double soak. That's why I was such a fan of Zealots. Let's do around. Junkrat would, yeah, he'd into Yrel specifically. Also, it's a little rough, but in this game, Junkrat wasn't really double soaking whatsoever. It was actually rotations from mid to bottom from the core 4. Actually, mostly Stitches was doing rotations. They actually were leaving. I think it was like Stitches ETC were doing the rotations, and this was just Junkrat trying to manipulate top lane. Just wasn't working out for them. They're currently going to be brawling over this. Kurt Dog going to be coming in through here. I think they did tried to dive onto one, but didn't happen. Hook goes out. They actually went for a fishing hook at level 16, but they don't connect that one, so they're going to have to just rotate back and look for maybe another pick. They've got, I think, like 5 or 6 seconds, actually. They're not too far off from another hook being up and available. It's a 16-second cooldown. Yeah, they're fishing for it. They're fishing for that fishing hook. I'm waiting right now. Double camps are going to be fed through bottom lane. Ooh, hold on. That's a lot of damage going out onto Rise Robin. They're going to get the Righteous Hammer back. Dirty Trickster once again being triggered. This double siege camp needs to be addressed through bottom lane. They need to send someone back, and look at this right now. Are they trying? No, they're not trying. They cannot be trying to end with this. They just want the experience. No, wait, what? Nazebo back. Throws out a zombie wall. That slows things down a little bit. 150 some stacks, and we're only 16 minutes in. That's actually really good pacing coming out from the Nazebo. A good way to know is just if you get 10 stacks every level, you'll be in a good spot, because by the time you get to level 20, you'll have over the stacks necessary, and also kind of gives you a little bit of a breathing room as the game progresses. But sitting in a fairly good spot right now. Excuse me, sitting in a fairly good spot right now. That's going to be the Gorge, but they still have someone up and available to channel the Dragon Knight. Kerrigan was trying to make this happen in top lane, wasn't able to interrupt it with the Ultralist coming out as well. They find the hero kill, but Dragon Knight is up and is going to be rotating that through bottom lane. Siege Giants are on core. These weren't killed by Rigor Mortis just yet, but they were actually procced onto the minion wave. So right now, Dragon Knight, they're looking to walk this into core. Let's actually pull away the talents really quickly. Kick goes out. Power slide from the ETC. Kurt Dog needs to get out of here. Okay, they're going to be fine for now. This core is falling a little rapidly, as it's going to be Master Shove from the Stukov trying to push them away as they have this silence up from Hemo Santiago, but they end up going down as there's no follow-up. Dragon Knight smacking the core a little too effectively, and that is going to Yeah, they can't burn through this Dragonite and stop all these players, and that's going to be game number 3. Going over to the side of Tidecaller Mrgles. They take the series 2-1. GG, well played.